from the Paper Shed. Hope you're all doing well today. Thanks for joining me on another collaboration for Teri's Crafty Christmas. It's running from December the 1st to December the 25th. We have some fabulous collaborators on this one, 30 plus. There will be over 50 videos. There's 5 Facebook groups taking part, and all of those Facebook groups are doing prize draws for this collaboration. So it's well worth joining in. It's well worth coming and having a look and seeing what we all get up to. There'll be lots of free challenge papers. One of those groups is LineDotArrow Facebook group, and she is the one that's providing all of these beautiful papers that we're using in this collaboration. So we have a full list of the days that will be covered. We've also got a list of all the prizes. All of this can be found in the description box below. I'm sure Teri will go over all of these in the introductory video, so you don't need me to go through that. So what I've decided to do is a little project. It's a little flippy, flappy, what shall we call it? It's a little flippy, flappy window topper for a journal or for an addition into a larger pocket on the inside of a journal, whatever you want to use it for, really. It's a great little project to do. It's got flips and flaps. It doesn't have any pockets. It is just a decorative piece, but you can do and add whatever you want to add. So we're going to be going away and I'm going to be doing this. We're going to be using all the normal stuff, your scissors, rulers, and all of that, glue, inking if you do inking. I've actually inked mine up quite a lot. I just love this grungy feel. I didn't put on this one, which I did a year ago, I didn't actually put, I sewed all the way around it and I didn't put anything over the top because I'd sewn. I didn't want you to feel like you'd got to sew it. So I got a die kit for a, what do we call these? Snow globes. And I thought I'd use that this time because I've never used it before. Inside, I've got another piece, which is from a Tim Holtz die cut, which I quite like that, actually. It's not too in your face because I'm not overly keen on the gold. But, you know, it is for a project that's a little different. So I think we'll stick with it. So we're going to go, I'm going to go away and I'm going to get my papers and everything ready. So what you will need to do is you need 4 sheets, A4 sheets, a base sheet and 3 window sheets for your flip flaps. So your base sheet needs to be approximately 5 by 7. You can make it slightly bigger if you want to. In fact, this one that I made last year was 1/2 inch taller. So that one is 7.5 by 5 and this one is 5 by 7. So you can do it whatever size you want to, really. I know there's lots of people out there that like to have sort of, measurements and things. So I'm just going to give you the basics. I will talk you through it as I go so that you have got a better idea of how to create it. But I'm sure most of you already know anyway. So what we need is the base sheet, which I'm doing mine at 5 by 7. Which means I will need my second piece, which is my up flap, which is your what class, I'm going to call them pages, which needs to be 4 7/8 by 7.5. And then this is your third flap, which is going to be 5 1/4 by 7. And that's to allow for your score lines so that we can attach it to our base plate. So you will just need to score your first and your third page at 1/2 inch on the short side. And then on page 2, you'll need to score 1/2 inch on the long side. Now, just be mindful when you're doing that because your directional papers will need to be scored on the right side. So when you do page 3, it will need to be on your right side. When you're doing your front page, your page 1, that will need to be done on your left side. So just bear that in mind if you have directional papers. Now, I don't think I've chose any directional. Oh, I have. I've got text on both of those ones. That's directional and that one's not directional. So we've got some pages there from the kit that I'm going to be using, which has been part of the collaboration. So you don't have to use the same papers as me. You don't have to do Christmas. You can do these in any theme that you like. It's a nice little project for a really cute topper for your journal. Right, so I've picked my papers, and these are just full printed A4 sheets. I've picked the ones that I want. This is going to be my first page because it's busy and I wanted something a bit busy on the front. Plus it's got red in it, which the other papers are mainly blue or neutral. So I've got 4 pieces of those and I've just folded them in half for now. What you will need to do next is you'll need to cut those down to the size of your pages that you want. Bearing in mind that they do decrease slightly as you go along. So your first page will be 5.5 by 7, and that's giving you your 1/2 inch score line there. Your second piece will be 4 7/8, so you're going down by 1/8 of an inch, and it's just so that when you come to fold them all in, it will fold properly and won't leave any gaps. I didn't do that on this one and it's left a gap, so I've allowed for that this time. So your third page then is going to be 5.25 by 7. I know I've given you them before, but I just thought I'd do it again. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to do what I need to do to my pages. First of all, I'm going to cut them down, and then I'm going to cut my circles in them. Now, put your circles anywhere you want on your page. You can put them in the middle, you can put them higher up, lower down, wherever you want to. Just bear in mind that when you come to do your other 2 pages with your circles, lay it over so that you get your smaller circle in the middle of your first circle. So wherever you put your first circle, the others will have to follow for you to be able to see right the way through your 3 windows. So I'm going to go away and do my cutting. I'm then going to put my circles in. Then you're going to have to put some material into your circles, onto your circles. So what I'm going to do is I've just picked up a few items of bits and pieces here. So I've got a piece of burlap ribbon material that I've got, and that was on this part here. So that was in my third smallest window. I've used a piece of this. This was what was on my second window here. It's a bit like tights, actually, this. It's very stretchy as well. I don't know whether I'll use that again, but it's there. It's another option. I've picked out a bit of blue lace, but purely because some of my papers have got blue on them. So I thought, well, it might be an option. And on the second window, let me just see. Yeah, I could probably get away with that because it's light as well. This piece here, this piece of lace is what I put down on my big window here. And I liked it because of those little snowdrops on the top. So I may use that again. I also did come across these and find these, which I thought were cool. I think I got them in a small pack from Temu. I think that's where I had them from. And then this one is a piece of, it's not like the proper stuff that you get. It is more like paper. But I thought I like that because it's got a snowy scene on it. So I'll probably use some of that. So I'll make that decision when I come to do and cover my circles, my windows. So what you'll need to do is once you've got your circle in, you just want to get a piece of your material of whatever you're going to do. Now you can make all your windows the same if you want to. And then I'm going to put my material inside and glue it all down, and I'm gluing the whole thing down from my window. So I'll go away and I'll get to that position, and then I'll come back and show you what I'll do. Okay, so I've cut all my circles out, and what I meant is that, so all my pieces, can't really say now, all my pieces are decreasing but in the same place. And then I've stuck this in. What I did as well was I also marked my page 1 and the size, just so that it reminds me until I come to put them together. Put a piece of blue in this one, which I thought was cool, so that's quite nice. So I thought we'd do the last one together, and I'm thinking of using this maybe. It doesn't cover the whole. I like it though, I actually quite like that. So I think what I'll do is, all I do is just cut out a size that you think will fit. So about there and about there. Okay, and all I do is we just go round the edge, just so that it catches the edge nicely on the circle. And then I'm just going to pop that in like so. I just want that bit in there, which is why I've gone a bit over. Okay, and we're just going to leave that to dry. And then all we're going to do is we're going to glue the pages together. So we're literally just going to glue these pages together as a whole thing. And then we're just going to squeeze that down, level it up with your circle, and literally glue that down. Now this one's got bumps on it because of that snow effect there. I'm just going to go over, make sure that I've got it all the way around. Okay, I have got a bit of a white mark there as well. So I'm just going to snip that off, just to make that square. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, and I'm just going to do that all the way around. Just dot that on that material, just so that it grabs. And then again, this is pretty flat, so this one should be fine. So that's number 2. Make sure that you've got it all glued. And then number 3, and we're just gonna, and now you can tell which page is which by the size of your circle, so you don't need the information that's inside. Now this is a bumpy material as well, so I need to really just grab that around that circle bit. And just burnish those two together. I think I printed on 160 sort of paper stock, semi-card. It's not brilliant quality actually, but it's yeah, that's fine. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to score. So we want to get our scoreboard, and we're just going to, this is page 1, it's our biggest circle. So this is page 1 and it's on your left hand side. So make sure that your directional picture is up the right way for this. And we're just going to score a 1/2 inch down there a few times because we want to make sure that that goes fine. Your second piece is your top piece, and this is directional as well, not as bad actually, but yeah, we're going to go across a few times on the top. And then your third piece, which is you want your score line on your left, so turn it over, have it the right way up. So now I'm just going to turn my ends over. Let me get rid of the scoreboard. And it's double thickness, so you need to really score these down quite vigorously. Can't say that this time of night. I'm turning it the other way because I'm going to want to ink it. So I want to go both ways. Okay, so once you've done that, then you're ready to attach it to your base plate. Okay, so then you have your base plate, and I'm just gonna, this is my base page 5x7. I'm just gonna glue that all together. Okay. Doing it this way, it encloses this, but it also gives it a nice sturdy feel as a proper, you know, topper type feeling on there. Okay, so I've inked everything and I've snipped my corners, because when you put that onto your base plate, is that the right way up? When you come to put that on your base plate, if you snip your corners, it will lie flatter if you miter those corners. So it will be a completely flat piece on the back. So that's why we do that. All we need to do now is glue. So I'm going to start with my last one, so my page 3. So I'm going to put that on there, level it up there. It's level there. I'm going to turn it over, hold this part down, and then I'm just going to glue this into place. Now you can use tape if you want to. I know a lot of people do. I just prefer glue. And then you're going to need to hold that down a little bit. Really score that down a bit. I don't mean score, do I? I mean burnish. You get where I am. Okay, so that's your page 3, and that's already on. Your page 2 is next. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that we've got it the right way, and that's the wrong way. So this is another tip. When we do the score lines back to front like that and we ink, if you get it mixed up with which is the right side, because my circles aren't dead in the middle of my page, it won't line up if you've got it the wrong way. And it's a bit difficult to tell you on this one. So I just put it on that way, for instance, and you can see, I think you can see that my circle is here. So it's not in the middle of that circle, okay? Can you see it any better? I don't know whether it's focused or not, but you can see it just about here. So that means it's on the wrong way. So just turn it over, put your other piece on. Your second piece, I know it's only 1/8 of an inch, but you'll need to just centralise it. I mean, if you're not bothered about that, don't worry, but it's hardly anything. But you'll see now that your circle is in the middle. So you know that you've got it the right way. So when you've got it and you're happy with where it is, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to turn it over and glue that side on as well. Okay. And just burnish that down. The reason you need to burnish it a little bit more is purely because it's a double thickness. Now, to alleviate that, you could cut one of the part off if you wanted to. I just can't be bothered. Right, and I know that's my front. So my circles have all lined up. And because it gets fatter, so I'm now going to just pop that onto there, centralise that up. Actually, do you know what? I'm actually going to put another score line in there because I'm just not happy with the way that sits. So I just want an 1/8 of an inch in on your scored, on your piece that gets glued. And the reason for it is, we'll see if it'll work in a sec, is that I think it needs that extra little bit, because it doesn't quite, because of the thickness of it. I probably used too thick a paper, to be honest. That is my top. Yeah, that's a way better fit. It fits better over this side, so I haven't got a bigger gap, and it just alleviates that thickness of the other pieces of card that are in there. Now, I've just noticed that it's making my bottom piece slightly over, so I am going to cut that off, but I'll do it on the cutter in a sec. So yeah, I think we need to do that. I just need to ink that extra line now. Let me just pop that score board away. So I'm going to line it up with the top, because it means I can cut the bottom off. Push that in as best I can. Make sure it's all lined up at the front. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. And then pop your last page on. Okay. Yeah. And then I've got a bit of a gap at the bottom. I'm just going to get my cutter and just trim that off. So I'm just tidying it up. Okay. So that one I've just cut off. That's better. That's better. So I'm just going to get rid of those white lines on the bottom. It wasn't that much, to be honest. And there you've got your base. So you've got your front page, your flip up page, and your third page, and it opens to the whatever surprise you want to put in the middle of there. Okay, so that gives us our base, and all we need to do now is to embellish it. So we're going to start with the front. I've sussed out some ephemera, and rather than put, what I like about this I do like it, but I think I'm going to put it on the inside this time, because what I would prefer is when I put it on the inside, on this side, you can see Santa and he's white. And with that, I think it looks quite nice. So I'm going to probably put that on page 2. So I'm going to put this on the front, I think. And we'll start there, I think. Keep saying I think. Oh dear. Right, so this is quite difficult to do with this glue, but we'll see how we go. Just get it in certain places. Okay. So I'll just line it up at the bottom and make sure I've got it at the top, because we're going to be covering the bottom anyway. And then just squish that down. Yeah. I quite like this card. Now, I don't know where all these embellishments are from and what kits they're from, because I've got loads everywhere, because I've got projects going on everywhere. That just needs a bit of ink. I have inked it once. I quite like that there. We could do with a word. I like Santa, but I want to see his belt. What I'm trying to do is just to put it round the edge of the circle. That needs to come out a little bit. Because whatever you put on the front, when you come to do the back of it, you're going to have to... I mean, I didn't with some of them. You know, there's still sort of white bits that I can see in different areas. A little bit of it doesn't really matter, I don't think. What about this one? Yeah, see, I can still see white bits on the first one that I did. You can always use vellum in there as well. If you don't have any material and stuff, you can probably use vellum. Patterned, embossed or plain. So you could do a patterned one, an embossed one and a plain one, and that would work just as good. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that up there. What about this? Oh, I quite like that, because it's like Santa's letter. This one needs to come on there a little bit, and then you need to go down there. Oh yeah, I quite like that. Where do I put Jingle Bells? Maybe across there. Oh, I like that. Let's start gluing that down. So it's just a case really of just decorating it. You can do it with clusters or however you want to, really. Good. There we go. So I don't want to see those red berries still. And then Santa needs to go in first. I have ink drained a lot of my ephemera already. Some odd bits haven't been done. But we'll go through that as we go along. I think I've managed to do most of it though now. Then North Pole needs to go on. Maybe further over. A bit further over. And then this goes on here. Yeah. Just put it a bit lower down. A bit further down so it's not covering up. Oh, covering up elf, but never mind. What do we think? Oh, I like that. That's quite pretty. That's pretty. Let's do page 2. So we're going to put I don't think I want much on this one. I quite like it in the glitter. It's not as, don't know whether you'll see much of that though now. Oh, you will. I think that looks quite cute on that side. So I'm going to do that. So this is a definite. So I'll definitely put this one on. Just do a lot of these spikes. Okay, let's see how we get on with that. And I want to get that so that it covers that circle. I don't know what else to do. We definitely want a word. Magic of Christmas, maybe. And then I love this camera. It gets lost on this page. I don't really want to cover too much of that base up. Okay, so we've cleared everything away. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this project. I think it was quite a nice little project for this collab. I still prefer this gold, I think, to this gold. And the thing with this gold is when I put this on, I used Collal and I got some on the front and it took the gold off. So if you do, don't use Collal. But anyway, let's just have a little flip through from what we did, because I did it to music, so you won't have heard me chattering and cursing to myself. So this is our front cover, and I'm quite pleased with the front cover. I think it looks cute. It's quite nice. And then that's the inside of the cover. Then this is our flip, and I've put a little tab on the bottom of here just to so that you know that it flips up. That's the inside. And then page 3. And the inside of page 3. I do like this blue actually, I don't work with blue enough. And then that's how our surprise cluster there. And then this envelope, this gorgeous window envelope, is in the kit. And I thought that would make a great money envelope. So that's that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. And then as this one's on top of a journal cover, and all I did was I just put some twine around it as a closure to keep it closed. But I mean, you could be inventive with that and do different things. There's lots of ways that you could close it, to be honest. You could get quite inventive with these, actually, if you didn't want to just use it as a topper and just a display thing. You could put pockets in there. You could use it for an insert into a journal instead of a topper. And as I say, you can put inserts and windows and obviously other stuff. So again, do go across and see all the other videos that are taking part in the collaboration and support all of those guys. Teri's been absolutely fabulous to get all this organised and sorted, especially this close to Christmas. So yeah, just go across and give them a thumbs up and give them your support, because every little bit of support helps each and every one of us. So I hope you enjoyed everything and enjoy the rest of the collaboration. Have a fantastic Christmas, guys, and I'll see you in the new year. Thanks for watching.